See if any pops on. How you feel about that? Can I have a high five? Good boy. Oh, Daddy worked hard today. Pops worked hard today. He didn't stop. All right, sit. Shh. We're going to shut the box. We're going to shut the box today. I have a feeling I kept this video unlisted. Hey. Oh, somebody came in. Barry, what's up? Happy Wednesday, my friend. Hey, Audra. Good evening. How you doing? We haven't been on in a while. Figured we'd come on and chat with everyone for a bit. Hey, Peter. How you doing? Hey, Ann. How are you? Well, happy Thursday. Hey, Sock Monkey, how are you? We're good. I'm busy like you wouldn't believe. I actually just stopped working at about like 7:30 Eastern time. I just have a lot going on right now with work, so it's okay. Hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, it'll slow down a little bit. But yeah, it's crazy. Oh, thank you, Audra. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, Calvin wants a treat. For sure. Faux show. There you go, buddy. Calvin's been good. He's been chilling out on the couch pretty much all day while I work, so that's good. I got the Celtics game on right now. I'm not really watching it, though. It's on in the background. Oh, Calvin went to go grab his toy, his carrot. It's a non-edible carrot. Oh, thank you for the emojis. Who dropped the emojis? Thank you, Audrey. I appreciate it. Hey, Allison. How are you? Thank you for being here. Hey, Rosebud. How are you? Welcome in. Hey, Todd. How you doing? Hey, Troy. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Hey, Dennis. How you doing? Appreciate you guys stopping in today. Figured we'd come on and say hello. I saw a lot of you yesterday at the Mega YouTubers Meetup live stream. That was absolutely amazing. I loved every moment of that. Just the fact that you guys all could meet in person and get together. That was super cool. Hey, Becky, welcome in. Yes, this is probably the most he's done all day is chew on his toy. Yeah, Troy, that was an awesome meetup. I enjoyed everything about that. Just getting to see everybody's channels. It just seemed like you guys were having a great time, and Chris did an amazing job, making sure to include everybody, and it was great. And we were happy to see that Deb made it near the end there. I know she was having some traffic issues, but glad that she could make it. He is very serious, and now he's being weird and licking the couch. But Calvin, dude, come on. That's my furniture you're licking. I'm going to make you pay for it. What? Yeah, Troy, that was a lot of driving you did. So glad you were able to make it home safely. I'm sure it was probably a little tiring leaving so late at night. Yeah, Becky, he knows we're talking about him. He's being a ham now. What do you want? Yeah, Sock. It looked like a great time. That's so cool. Like, I mean, just the ability to do that is amazing. I was super happy about that. Yeah, Troy. I guess here where I live. I mean, I've done it before. I actually have driven 3-4 hours one way, stayed for part of the day, and then come back. Like I've done New York City day trips. They're not fun at all. I don't really enjoy doing that. Um, but it can be done. Hey JJ, welcome in. Thank you for being here. He wants a snack. Yeah. So speaking of snacks, I actually had a snack too. So I am fortunate. I have this little Italian deli. It's called actually, what is it called? I'm so tired right now. I'm just trying to think what it's called. It might be called the Italian Deli, to be honestly. But it was featured on diners, drive-ins, and dives. And in the deli, they have like a small little area where you can buy authentic Italian products, like things that are imported from Italy. And let me tell you, I saw these cookies, and I'm a very hit or miss guy when it comes to lemon. Like if it's that really fake tasting lemon, I absolutely hate those kinds of cookies. But I figured, you know what? This is coming right from Italy. I can't imagine that they would, put like all that artificial stuff in it. And let me tell you, this is one of the best cookies I've ever had. If you can see on the box, that lemon curd filling is just to die for. It is so good. The box was like $4. It literally only brings like 9 cookies. It's not many, but it was worth every penny that I paid for it. Oh, they're super good. Allison's in. Hey, Shelly, welcome in. I didn't see you come in. Oh, that helped, Troy. Yeah, sleeping late. Appreciate all the emojis. We added a few new emojis to our repertoire. I like a few of them. We've got the sunset emoji, which I really like. We've got the City of Providence backdrop. I've got some of my fur friends, my hiking with Jackie boy, my hiking partner. I love the drool is cool, even though that's not Calvin, but it's very fitting for him. Yeah, Limon, Barry, it's so good. I could eat one and make you guys jealous, but maybe I shouldn't do that. All right. Ah, Dennis, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Super kind of you, buddy. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, Carson, welcome in. Audra rocking the sunset emojis. Thank you. I love it. They look good. I'm going to have one, guys. I'm going to make you jealous. I already had one, but I'm going to have another one. Calvin, I gave Calvin a little piece of it too. Let's break it open though, so you can see the inside. See how you can see the inside? It's very good. Calvin came right over. Look at him. There's a couple pieces that fell on the floor right there. Oh man, delicious. Ooh. Audra, thank you so much for dropping the emojis. You did a pop-up today? Sorry I missed it, Todd. I don't know if you heard me say at the beginning. I literally was so busy today. I just stopped working at like 7:30. I did work from home. I did get a delivery for the deck today. The actual deck and surface got delivered today. So I'm psyched about that. He's not going to be able to put it in until Saturday. He's got to come back tomorrow morning to do one final thing, and then he's going to call the city to have it inspected. And then once the framing is all inspected, then he can move on to the next piece. So I think I'll have a new deck in about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks at the most. He actually said maybe by Halloween, so that's my hope. All right, what did I miss? Todd, I'll have to catch the replay of your live. Troy, thank you so much for the gifted memberships. Let's see who got them. All right, Hike when Jackie Boy got one. Jimmy. It's so hard to read the green. Lori Bravo, is that what that says? They're just jokes. Doug. Get enthusiast. Hey, did Sock Monkey get one? My Fluffy Pack, Becky, the K and Mac Project, Brooks, awesome channels, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate that a lot, Troy. You rock. Hey, Franny, come in. Hey, Fran, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Calvin says more treats. Yeah, he's done for now. I know. I'm going to say no, though, because it's just too much sugar. I don't really want to overdo it. No problem, Fran. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah, Becky. He would have, if I let him, he would eat. I have, it's about half full, but if I put that whole thing down, he would eat every single last one of those. Not happening. Hey, Rubberneck, welcome in. Hey, Arlene, welcome in. Thank you so much for dropping the channel links. I appreciate it. Guys, we have some awesome channels in here. Hey, Emily, Cane Corso for Life, welcome in. Yeah, this is the treats area. That's what he wants. And I was having a treat myself. I was having a cookie that came from Italy. And I made the mistake of giving Cal a little piece of that, and now he wants that too. All right, who else is in here? Hey, Traveling with Special Abilities, welcome in. Is that Rachel? Hey, Rachel, welcome in. I'm trying to see who this is. All right, I think we should all put in a comment to YouTube help support. I do not understand why they chose this color green. It is like so hard to read the green names. I'm so sorry. I mean, I know my eyes aren't perfect, but it's literally almost impossible to read the green names. Rosebud. Tommy John, I believe that is. Boston Strong, absolutely. Oh, yeah, he drools. You gave yours a carrot. That's awesome. Wow, you guys are really quick on the... Yeah, guys, hit that thumbs up. We got 27 in the house. We got 27 thumbs up. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hey, Val, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, I mean, I didn't eat them all today, Todd. I bought these cookies a couple of weeks ago. I've been nibbling on one here, one there. But I felt like having one today. So, well, I ended up having two today, actually. But you know what? I can do it. Wow, Troy, that's so awesome. Thank you so much. Who got it? Brandy got it. Hey, Animal Lover, how are you? Welcome in. Vandy? Valerie Reese got one. Sweet. Chris Fields and Amber. Awesome, Troy. I like the color, Barry. It's just hard to read. Yeah, it's awesome. Thank you so much, Troy, for doing that. I really, really appreciate you, man. Can I sing Lemon? Actually, I don't know that song, Barry. I'm not sure how Lemon goes. I'd have to look up the words. Yes, guys, like, subscribe. Appreciate all that. Oh, hey, Amber, welcome in. You're welcome. Yes, guys, double tap that phone. Richard Green is in the house. Welcome in. We're doing well, thank you. Thank you for being here. A pet for you? Of course I can. Yep. Oh, wow. Calvin's really drooling hard. I gotta wipe his mouth. I gotta wipe off his mouth. All right, buddy, we're done. No more cookies. Literally, this is like an oil slick over here. I could literally like fall and wipe out. It's so viscous. The viscosity on his drool is like crazy. All right, buddy, we're done. No more cookies. Go lay down. All right, all done, buddy. All right, I thought maybe we could play a little Shut the Box tonight. Maybe give that a few whirls. I haven't done it in about a week. Meaning I haven't been able to shut the box. I've been playing quite a bit, but I have not shut the box this week. I've done it 4 or 5 times in total. That's after trying about over 1,000 times, probably even close to 2,000 times to do this. Let's see. I'm well, thank you. I was just telling everybody, Amber, I'm very crazy busy with work this week and last week and probably next week. So I've been putting in some later hours. I stopped today at about 7:30 and I said, you know what, I'm done. And I said, you know what, let me have something to eat. Let me chill out for a bit. Took Calvin for a quick stroll around the block and I said, we're going to go live. Because I haven't really felt like I've connected much with the community. I haven't been able to put much videos out either. I'll have to check out Todd's live stream, Barry. I'm so bummed that I missed it. I've just been so off of YouTube and social media. Hey, Kim, welcome in. I don't even think I saw you come in. Thanks for being here. Hey, Sonic, how are you? Welcome in. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? Welcome. I'm pretty sure our 2 teams are playing each other this Sunday, Michelle. Browns versus Patriots. Browns came off a nice victory over the Dolphins, and the Pats have been rolling lately. We've won 3 in a row now. 4 in a row, actually. We've won 4 in a row. So hopefully we can keep it going. Hey, Daisy May, welcome in. Thanks, Emily. Yeah, we go for quite a few walks. You know, he's pretty in good shape. But there's, he would never turn down some food. He's big into that. Lemon drops drool. There you go. Wow, I am so behind on the chat, which is good in a way. You became addicted to that game. Yeah, it's a fun game. All right, we'll give it a whirl. Let me just see if I can power scroll through the chat here. Hey, Kevin, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Amber's been super busy with work too. All right, everybody's just saying hello to everyone. Hey, Barb C, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Go Pat says, traveling with special abilities. DraftKings party. All right. Yeah, I wish you could help me out, Kim. It's all right. We'll get through it. I always do. How do we play? Yeah, I'm going to show you guys how to play the game. I'll go first. All right. I think I've caught up to the chat. All right, so this is how you play. There are numbers on this board, 1 through 12, and your goal is to try to shut the box, which is the name of the game. And so when you roll the dice, whatever you roll is going to total up a number, anywhere from 2 to 12. And so whenever you roll a certain number, you can close the tile equal to that number, or you can close the tiles of any combination equal to that number. So for example, I just rolled an 11, which is a great roll. In this game, you're trying to knock off the higher numbers first. So I could either close the 11 tile, or if I needed to, let's say I already closed the 11 tile and I rolled another 11, I could close, 10 and 1 because that equals 11, or I could do 9 and 2, 8 and 3, 6 and 5, 7 and 4, so on and so forth. As long as the tiles are open for me to close. Once a tile is closed, like number 11, then that number is out of play. And so what makes it tough to shut the box is as you continue to roll throughout the game, you have less tiles that you can flip over. So there is a little bit of strategy involved. Like, you do want to try to knock off the higher numbers first, but really at the end of the day, it comes down to dumb luck. You just need to roll the right numbers at the right times in order to shut the box. But this game went viral on social media like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram Reels, of people filming themselves trying to close the box. And like I said, it's very, very difficult. I actually looked up what the odds are to win this game on a 12 tile game. Like, there are some other shut the box games that only go up to like 10 numbers, for example. That's easier. So the less number of tiles, the easier it is to shut the box. And this said that your odds of shutting the box happen once every 250 times you play the game, which literally seems about right to me. It took me more than 250 times to shut the box when I first played. Then I had like a 2-day streak where I actually was able to shut the box once, 2 days in a row. And then, like I said, I haven't been able to do it since. I've been playing nonstop pretty much all week, as far as, taking a break here and there. And I just, play for 5-10 minutes, which, in that amount of time, you can play at least like, 10 to 15 games because it goes so quick. I have not been able to shut the box. All right. And with all that rambling, I've already fallen behind on the chat. Hey, Diane Wasuski is in. Welcome in. Richard Green dropping the emojis. We got some spam from Barry. Everybody's saying hello. Great hike today. Hey, Lisa, welcome in. Hey, next stop ahead, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. All right, I've caught up. All right, now I am taking that first roll at an 11 because, honestly, why not? So here's my second roll, and I rolled a 4. And so now I'm going to flip over the 4, but like I said, I could flip over any combination of numbers that add up to 4. And that's a 3, and that's not really good. All right, I rolled another 3. So as you can see, I have the 2 and 1 only. So now, if I roll basically anything 4 or less, I'm going to lose because I can't shut any more tiles. So at this point in the game, every roll needs to be more than a 5 or higher to have a chance. Hey, JH7. All right, you can't see it, but that's a 10. That's a good roll. I really need the 12. Okay, I'm still alive with the 5. And I'm out. So that's a 5, but I have nothing to flip over. So basically, if you're playing head-to-head, what you would do then is you would add up the total number of tiles that are not closed, and that would be your score, so that if you're playing against somebody, the next person would take their turn, and at very least, they're trying to beat your score. So this is not a good game. The total of all my numbers combined is 12 plus 9 is 21, plus 8 is 29, plus 7 is 36, plus 6 is 42. So the next person would try to beat a 42, which is really not difficult to do. Hey, Mandy, welcome in. Thanks, Audra, for the emojis. I really appreciate it. Yeah, Lisa wants to play. All right, Lisa. So I'll obviously have to roll for you, and then you'll tell me which numbers you want me to flip over. How about that? Okay. All right. So here's your first roll. So I rolled you an 8. So I can either flip over the 8 or any combination of numbers adding up to 8. And again, the goal is you're really trying to knock off your high numbers first. 10, 11, and 12 are statistically the hardest numbers to roll. All right, so she wants an 8. All right, here comes your next roll, Lisa. All right, that's pretty good. I just rolled you a 10. I'm assuming you want the 10. Calvin, what are you doing? All right, Lisa's going to take the 10. I figured you would. All right, Lisa, here comes your next roll. All right, I rolled you a 9. That's a pretty decent start. Yes, he's just being adorable. He's like, why aren't you paying attention to me? As always. Hey, Eden Vlog, welcome in. You're Lisa's daughter, correct? Lisa's going to take the 9. All right, Lisa, I rolled you another 9. So now you have a decision to make. Oops, hold on. So obviously you can't flip over the 9 anymore because it's already flipped over. But you can flip over any combinations of tiles that add up to 9. So what would you like to do? She would like to do the 7 and the 2. All right. Okay, here comes your next roll, Lisa. All right, I just rolled you a 7, which statistically is the number that has the most opportunities to be rolled. So the fact that we just rolled it for the first time is amazing. So Kissy Cat, come in. Hey, Kissy Cat, welcome in. Lisa's going to take the 6 and the 1. All right, Lisa, you really need an 11 or 12. That's the hard numbers to roll. Let's see if we can get you one of those. You got another 7. You're still alive, but you have to take the 3 and the 4. So I'll roll those for you just because you really don't have another option. We're doing well. Thanks, Kissy Cat. Appreciate you being here. All right, here's your next roll. Okay, Lisa, so you need me to roll a 5, 11, or 12 to stay in the game. Here it comes. Wow, Lisa, check that out. I rolled you an 11. You're in the game still. Thank you so much for the gift, Amber. I appreciate that. The Squirrel Cup, awesome. All right, here comes your next roll, Lisa. You need a 5 or a 12. Bummer. But that was a good run, Lisa. So your score is 17. That's pretty good. All right, anybody else want to take a chance? I'll be happy to be your designated roller. All right, Allison would like to play. All right, Allison, here you go. And then Richard would like to play. All right, so we'll go Allison, then Richard next. All right, here we go, Allison. Here's your first roll. I rolled you an 8. Hey, Kissy Cat. This is called Shut the Box. This is actually what the box looks like. I should probably have showed you guys. Yeah, so this is really cheap. It was like $14.99 on Amazon. You probably could get it even cheaper. I feel like sometimes it's on sale. But that's what I paid. It was worth it. All right, I think I saw Allison wanted the 8. All right, Allison, here's your next roll. All right, Allison, sorry, that wasn't the best roll, but it's a 3. Allison will take the 3. All right, here's your next roll. All right, I rolled you a 9. That's decent. Just going to take the 9. All right, I'm going to roll left-handed just because it's just easier for me to hold the gimbal with the right hand. All right, Allison, I got you a 6. Todd, yes. I do think there's a strategy involved. Again, I would say this is just my opinion. The luck outweighs the strategy, but there is. So statistically speaking, it's harder to roll. 12 is the hardest. 2 and 12 are the hardest numbers to roll, right? Because there's only one opportunity to roll a 12. You need 2 6s, and there's only one opportunity to roll a 2. Snake eyes. So because it's so hard to get these higher numbers, you're really hoping to knock those off first. They say really you want to try to like leave the lower numbers because you need those to like pair up with like a middle of the range numbers in case you roll a second high number. Like here's a good example. And I know you want the 6, Allison. I did see it, but let me just make my point here. So let's say hypothetically I rolled a 12 on my first roll. Okay, I'm going to flip over the 12, which is great. And then let's say I rolled a 7. I flip over the 7. And then let's say my third roll is a 10. That's great. And the fourth roll, I roll another 12. Well, I already knocked over the 12, but I would take the 11 and 1. It gets tough when you roll a high number that's not available later in the game because you don't have any tiles to flip over. So again, a lot of it's luck, but you're really trying to knock off the higher numbers because statistically it's harder to roll 11, 12, 2, and 3. But the 2 and 3 you want those numbers to pair with like mid value numbers, if you get what I'm saying. All right, so she wanted the 6. Sorry, that was like 5 minutes, but all right, here you go, Allison. Your next roll is a 4. Yeah, Todd, like there is a little bit of strategy. I agree. But ultimately, it's going to come down to luck at the end because you can't control, unless you're like great at rolling dice where you could maybe roll it to whatever outcome you want. The reality is you're going to roll the dice and, you know, you're at the fate of whatever you roll. And so if I keep rolling 7s, I'm going to run out of 7s eventually. So right now, I just rolled another 6 for Allison. She only has one option. She has a 5 and a 1. So if I roll another 6 after that, she's going to lose. Hey, Michael, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Oh, I'm happy you love the pop-up lives. I appreciate that. Hey, our Jurassic Chaos, welcome in. Thank you for being here. All right, so she's going to take the 5 and 1. All right, so now, Todd, this is where it gets tricky. Like, I wish I could have rolled a 10, 11, and 12, but basically, she needs sort of a miracle. The only numbers that will keep her in the game are 2, 7, 9, with the 2 plus 7, 10, 11, 12. So anything else other than that, she can't win. So let's hope I get a little bit of good luck with this roll. All right, so she's still in the game. I rolled a 7. Oh, thank you, our Jurassic Chaos. I appreciate that. Yeah, you're welcome. Allison's going to take the 7. All right, Allison, we got to go on a monster run here. All right. Sorry, but I rolled a 6. So not this time, Allison, but it was a good effort. I'm going to actually move this a little closer. There we go. All right, I think Richard said he wanted to play next. All right, Richard. Richard's turn. Yeah, good try. All right, Richard, you're up. Here's your first roll. Whoops, error. All right, your first roll is a 7. What would you like? Ooh, Richard's going 5 and 2. Nice. All right, here's your second roll. I got you a 10, Richard. Richard's going with a 10. Good call. All right. Let me just show you that roll. It went into the corner. That's a 9. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Welcome in. Richard's going with the 8 and the 1. Okay. All right, here's your next roll. Richard, you're going to like that one. I just rolled you a 12. Oh, we're good, Chris. Calvin's right here. He's just chilling. Richard's going to take the 12. All right, next roll. All right, Richard, that's a 5. And unfortunately, I can't do anything with that. There's no 5, and there's no numbers that add up to 5. So, bummer. Good try, though. All right. I know I missed some in the chat. Did anybody else say they wanted to play? Calvin, do you want to play Shut the Box? Good try, Richard. It's not an easy. It's hard to win. Like I said, the odds are totally stacked against you. Oh, Danny did? Okay. All right, Danny, it's your turn. There's your first roll, and I rolled you an 8. What would you like? Anthony, what's up? Welcome in. All right, we're going to give Anthony just a couple more seconds to respond. If he doesn't, then we'll go to somebody else. So he just basically told me he wanted to go into the covers. So Cal is now buried under the covers. All right, I don't see Danny here anymore. So does anybody want to take Danny's spot? Calvin, what are you doing under there, buddy? All right, Val. I got you an 8, first roll. All right, Becky, we'll have you go next after Val. All right, Val's going to take the 8. All right, Val, here's your second roll. It's a 6. I really wish I could. Bear with me. I'm going to try something. I'm going to see if I can rig this gimbal to just face on the board instead of holding it. Give me a minute. 1 minute. All right, why is it doing that? Hold on 1 second. Why is it doing this? All right, that's just weird though. Why is it? All right, there we go. I'm passing out candy, Kissy Cat. All right, there we go. All right, Val, I rolled you a 6. Sorry, I know that took forever, but I was just trying to. And now I can just focus on this. All right, Val's going to take the 6. Okay, here we go. All right, Val, trust me, I rolled a 3. Hey, Krubby, how you doing? Welcome in. Falafel scopes or gyroscopes. That's funny. I love that. I get the joke. I know, Valerie. I'm sorry. 3 yuck. All right, here we go. Let me, All right, that's a little better. I got you a 7. It's a lot of fun, Chris. You should add this to your repertoire for your game nights. I think it would be very popular. Okay, here's your next roll. 5. That was a 3. It's an 8. I think you only have one option. Dennis says it seems kind of dicey. I love it. That's a good one. Oh, that's cool. You have the 4-player one, Audra? Valerie bought the 4-player one. That looks like a lot of fun. Like, that one is awesome. Just going to take the 5, the 2, and the 1. All right, I need to go on a good roll run here for you. You ready? I'm sorry, Val. Not this time. All right, Becky, you're next. Okay, here we go. All right, Becky, I rolled you a 10. That's a pretty good start. I swear to God, my gimbal is like drunk right now. It's so like crooked, but it's going to have to do. All right, Becky. Sorry, Val. Next time. It's not a 12, it's a 10. Yeah, Becky's going to go with the 10. All right, good call. Here we go, Becky. Next roll is a 6. What's Becky going to take? Becky's going to take the 6. All right. Next roll. All right, Becky, that's a decent one. I got you a 9. Take care, Dennis. Have a great night, buddy. So I'm trying to read your question, Chris. Are you asking how to play? So this is how I don't know if you were here when I explained the rules, but basically what you're doing is you're trying to shut the box. So when I roll the dice, you're able to close the tile that corresponds to the dice roll. Now I rolled a 9 for Becky, so she could flip the 9 over. But let's say I roll another 9. There's no more 9 to flip over. It's already closed. So Becky would have to flip over tiles that equaled the 9. So she could do like the 8 and the 1, the 7 and the 2. Essentially what we're trying to do is close every tile to shut the box. And it gets increasingly difficult as you continue to roll because there's less tile combination. So you have to roll, you have to kind of try to use a little strategy to knock off higher numbers, but a lot of it comes down to, you know, roll of the dice and getting extremely lucky, basically. Yep, Becky, I got your 9. Okay. All right, Becky, here comes your next roll. Hey, Arya, the rescue dog, welcome in. Hey, Brooks, welcome in. All right, here's your next roll. I rolled you a 7, Becky. Hey, Jimmy, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Fractal Fishing USA. Jimmy, welcome in. Becky's going to take the 7. All right. Comes the next roll. All right, Becky, I rolled you another 7. So now you have to make a choice. You're going to have to select tiles that add up to 7. Thanks, Nature Dog Realms, for dropping the emojis. I appreciate it. All right, Becky, what would you like? Becky's going to take the 5 and the 2. All right. Okay, here's the next roll. Not a good roll, but you're still alive. You have to take the 3. That's your only option. I'll flip it over for you. You don't really have an option. All right, I blew on those dice for good luck. All right, here's the next roll. All right, you're still alive. I rolled you an 8. Becky's going to take the 8. You have 3 there, but I think you mean 8, correct? That's what I rolled. Yep, you're going to take the 8. All right. So here's where we're at, Becky. You need me to roll a 4, a 5, an 11, or a 12. Good luck. 4, 5, 11, 12. Bummer. Good try, Becky. All right, anybody else? Anyone else want to try? All right, Audra wants to give it a whirl. All right. Good try, Becky. It's hard. All right, Audra, here you go. All right, your first roll is a 5. You could make Kissy Cat. We could make this a gambling game. All right, Troy's gonna go next after Audra. All right, so we got a 5, and you've got a 7, Audra. Kissy Cat, you're laughing, but you know it's true. I'm glad you had fun, Becky. It is fun to try. Honestly, it's a great feeling when you actually do shut the box. I know it's crazy just because it's so hard. And so when it finally happens, it's just like kind of a cool feeling. All right, here's your next roll. Oh, that's a good one. That's a 10. Oh, no worries. Sounds good, Fran. Thank you. I appreciate. Oh, that's Jimmy. Sorry. Let me do something here. All right, Audra's going to take the 10. All right, here we go. All right, you got a 4. Not so good. Ooh, Audra going 1 and 3. All right. All right. All right, Audra, here's your next roll. That's a good one. That's a 9. Anthony wants to go after Troy. Okay, you guys are going to have to do me a favor. I trust you guys. Just let me know like whose turn it is. I know it's Troy, then it's Anthony, and then after that, you guys may just need to remind me who's like on the pecking order. All right, Audra's going to take the 9. Okay, next roll. Audra, there's a 4. You're still in. Oh, that's so funny, Troy. You know what, though? I bet you she appreciated it, though. Audra's going to take the 4, okay? All right, here we go. Audra, I rolled you an 8. Oh, you're welcome, Jimmy. Thank you for being here and being part of the community. I appreciate that so much. Ooh, Audra going with 2 and 6. All right. All right, so we need an 8, an 11, or a 12. Okay, here we go. Good luck, Audra. Ah, bummer. It's a 10. Good try, though. Good try. All right, Troy's up next. This game is so addicting. It really is. I love it because it takes like 3 seconds to play a game, and it's like there's not much thought involved. I can do this while I'm watching TV and like multitasking on my phone. That's what I love about this. All right, here we go, Troy. Good luck. All right, Troy. Lucky number 7 to start. Trying to see if that might be the best way to roll. All right, what does Troy want first? Troy's going to take the 7. All right, here we go, buddy. That's a 4. All right, what's Troy going to do? Troy going to take the 4, or is he going to split it up? Troy's going to take the 4. All right, next roll. That's a 6, Troy. If Barry's still in the chat, the Celtics are winning 73-64 against Philadelphia in the third quarter. That's pretty funny, Kissy Cat. Troy's going to take the 6. All right, next roll. All right, Troy, I got you an 8. Troy's going to take the 8. Next roll. Oh, that's a good one, Troy. I got you an 11. Lucky 11, right? Troy's going to take the 11. I do not blame you one bit. Can I get the 12 now, Troy? That would be a miracle if I do that. All right, so we got a 4. Got you another 7, Troy. Operation is super hard. Hey, Hunter, Ford 4600, welcome in. Okay, Amber, no problem, and I'm sorry for your loss. I hope everything goes okay tomorrow. I appreciate you being here. You have a great night. Thank you. Troy's going to go 5 and 2. All right, Troy, here's where we're at. So we've got the 1, the 3, the 9, the 10, the 12. So you can stay in the game with a 3, a 4, a 9, a 10, an 11, or a 12, because you can do the 10 and the 1. All right, good luck. Ready? Bummer, Troy. I got you a 6. Good effort. All right, I think... I'm sorry, I forgot what the who was next. Was it Anthony? I'm already losing track. I think it was Anthony, right? Anthony's next. All right, Anthony was next. Thank you for the reminder. All right, Anthony. You're up, buddy. Here's your first roll. Good luck. It's a good start. Beginner's luck right there. I don't know if you can see that with the chat in the way, but that's a 10. Anthony's going to go with the 10. Nice. All right, here you go. Next roll. I got you a 7 this time. Anthony's going to go with the 7. All right. Next roll, Anthony. Oh, I got you another 10. So that's a good roll, except you have to split it up. And that's where it gets tricky, because 6 and 4. Because like once you roll, like you want to roll the big numbers, but you can only roll them so often, because a lot of times you can't pair them up. You can't get the right pairs. All right, I got you the 6 and 4. Here's the next one. Wow, Anthony, I've rolled you another 10. That's 3 10s this game. Five, 3, and 2. Okay. He's keeping the 8 and the 9 up there. All right. Here you go. We need you. Basically, you need an 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Those are the only numbers that will keep you in the game. Good luck. Bummer. That's a 5. Okay, who is next? Good try, Anthony. Tell me this game's not both fun and frustrating. Price is Right, loser music. Boom. All right, anybody in? Going once? Going twice? Yeah, Nature Dog Realms, you should give it a try. All right. We'll go Kissy Cat first because she signed up. And then we'll do if Kim wants to try, all right. So we'll do Kissy Cat, Kim, and then Chris, if Chris wants to play. All right, Kissy Cat, good luck to you. Your first roll is an 8. It's going to take the 8. All right. Second roll, another 8. There you go. You got it, hiking with Jackie boy. So, Kissy Cat, you have to go. So you have an 8 there. So you need to put more than one tile. So your 2 tiles need to add up to 8. Okay? So you can do 6 and 2, 7 and 1, 5 and 3, but you have to that has to add up to the 8. Thank you so much for being here, Becky. I'm glad you were able to stop in. Kissy Cat's going 6 and 2. All right. Okay, next roll. 6. You only have one option. The 5 and the 1. Chris will go next. We'll have Chris go next just because she needs to take off. And then Kim, you don't mind, right? If you go after Chris, is that okay? All right, here we go. All right, I got you another 8, Kissy Cat. I hate to tell you, but you're out already. Bummer. All right. Nature Dog Realms, it's your turn, just in time before you have to leave for your live stream. Then we're going to do Kim. All right? All right, we're going to go right now, Chris. Well, this will be done. This will take about 2 minutes to play. We'll go really quick. You ready? Here's your first roll. I rolled you a 7. It is tough. It's a sucker game. The odds are so against you, though. I think if they made this a casino game, and you won, you'd probably get a good payout. All right, Chris, I rolled you a 7. What would you like? Yeah, usually you take the highest number first. There you go. All right, here's your next roll, Chris. I got you a 9. Right, Valerie, I agree. Yeah, make sure the 12 number game is much harder than the 10. All right, Chris, do you want the number 9? Do you want a combination of that? Going once. Going twice. All right, Chris, are you still in the chat? You did 7, but now that I rolled again, you have a 9. So you can't do 7 because it's already flipped over. But you could do a 9 because you need the 9, or you could do 6 and 3, 5 and 4, 8 and 1. All right, just gonna do 5 and 4. All right, next roll, Chris, because I know you got to go. You've got a 6. So you have 2 options. I can either flip over the 6 or 3, 2, and 1. She wants the 3, 2, 1. Okay. Next roll, Chris. Sorry, Chris. There's no fours. All the combinations for four have been flipped over. But good try. And thank you for stopping in. I know you have to head over to your live, so I do appreciate you coming in. I put it in there, does he not? I'm confused, Chris. I'm not sure I follow. All right, we'll have to. When I come over to your live in a little bit, Chris, I'll explain the game a little bit more. I know you have to head out, and I'll give it a little bit more explanation on how this works. Yeah, you put 5 and 4, but yeah, Kim's gonna go next, then Todd. We'll go Kim first. NDR, Chris. I'll explain it on your live stream when I pop over in a little while. Okay. I'm wondering if do you think Chris is way behind on the chat? Do you think that's what's going on, everybody? All right, Kim. All right, Kim. Here you go. Chris, I'm wondering if you're behind on the chat. I don't know if somebody wants to type that in. Yeah, I think you need to. I don't know if anybody can. I think Chris might be behind on the chat. That's just my guess. Oh, okay, Todd. I thought somebody said you wanted to play. All right. Kim, you're up. You ready? Here's your first roll. I rolled you a 3. Sorry, not the best start. All right, Kim wants a 3. Ready? Next roll. 7, Kim. Kim with the 7. All right, next roll. 6, Kim. I figured that, Chris. After a while, I'm like, all right, something's not adding up here. 6. All right, here we go. All right, 9, Kim. Oh, Jimmy, it's pretty simple. Basically, I roll a dice, and whatever the total is, you're trying to flip over that tile or any combination of tiles that add up to that number. So right now I have a 9, and so Kim is going to tell me to flip over the 9 tile, and the goal is to try to close the box, so flip over all the tiles. But it gets a lot more difficult when you're running out of tiles because once they're closed, you can't use those numbers anymore. So it's really, really difficult to do that. All right, here you go, Kim. I flipped over the 9. Here's your next roll, and I rolled you a 6. It's a fun game, Jimmy. It's hard to win. The odds are per the internet, it's 1 out of like roughly every 250 times you play is your odds of shutting the box. All right, 4 and 2 for Kim. Okay. Next roll, Kim. Oh, I rolled you another 6. You have 1 option left. Why is it so hard to roll the higher numbers? It's so crazy. Kim's going to take the 5 and 1. All right, Kim, we need to go on a monster roll here. Ready? Blow on the dice for good luck. It's not going to be good. That's a 4. Sorry, Kim. Good try. All right. So, Todd, you don't want to play because you're going to bed, right? What is the prize if you win? We'll have to do that one day. This is just for fun right now, but we could do a prize for somebody who shuts the box down the line. Good try, Kim. Thank you. Yeah, Kim's he's actually a little bit. His head is now exposed from the blankets, but the rest of his body is covered. All right, so Todd, you're out. Anybody else? Who's up next? Anybody else want to play? Or are we done? How about the back scratcher? I love my back scratcher. So does Cal, too. I scratch Calvin's back with it and mine. Anthony says he'll try one more time. Okay. All right. Here you go, Anthony. Ready? All right. Not a great start. It's a 5. It's a lot of fun, Chris. It really is. I think you need to add it to your repertoire. Yep, I got Richard after Anthony. Yep. Yep, you'll take the 5 to knock off the highest number. So I will say when you roll like a low number, like I would still take the 5, but basically it's really hard to roll the highest numbers, and so when you get those, you definitely want to knock those off because as you can see, I have not rolled many 12s in all these games that we've played. I've maybe done it twice. So it's just so when you get it, you need to take it. Okay. Here we go. I got you a 9, Anthony. Oh, that's funny. This is the only back scratcher I have. I have massage guns too, though, which I love, but it's hard to massage your own back. It's even with the gun. You practice rolling dice into a pillow? Okay. Anthony, you're going to take the 9? Yeah, knock down that 9. All right, here you go. Next roll. That's a good one, Anthony. That's an 11. We got 50 thumbs up. If you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, please do. Here we go. Oh, that's funny, Richard. Anthony, I got you a 10. Uh-oh, maybe this is going to be Anthony's game. If I can get you that 12, Anthony, you're looking pretty good. Anthony's taking the 10. All right. Okay, here we go. See if I can get you that 12. Wait, before 3 you roll? What does that mean? All right, NDR, thank you for being here. When I wrap up here, I'm going to probably come on and say hello to you as well, so I'll probably see you soon. All right, before I roll, wait, okay? All right, now I'm going to roll because I want to keep it moving. All right, that's a 3. All right, Anthony. All right, but I got you a 3, so I'm assuming you want the 3. It's going to take the 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's a 3 over here. And then this one is a 2, so I got you a 5. So you only have one option, Anthony. You have to take the 4 and the 1. That's a good combination, Kissy Cat. Nice. Yeah, no mulligan. 4 and 1. Yep, you got it. All right, Anthony, we need some better rolls here. Come on, you ready? I got you an 8. That keeps you in the game. Hey, Chase, American Bulldog, welcome in. He wants the 8. All right. Okay, here we go. All right, Anthony, you need a 2, a 6, a 7, an 8, a 9, or a 12. We'll keep you in the game. 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. Here we go. Hey, Ari's Virgo, welcome in. All right, Anthony is still in. I got you a 6. Oh, an American Bully. I'm sorry. You're right. That's what I meant. Welcome in, Chase. I appreciate you being here. Anthony's going to take the 6. All right. 2, 7, 12. So 2, 7, 9, 12 will keep you in the game. All right. Here we go, Anthony. Let's see if we can do this. Anthony, you're in the game. This is, all right, guys, this is the first sweat we have coming here. All right, Anthony, so this is where we're at, everybody. I've got one roll left in me. We need to roll the hardest number to roll, but it's possible. So if I can roll a 12 here, Anthony will shut the box. All right, everybody, put 12 in the chat. Let's give him some good. Let's give him some good juju. Let's roll a 12. So I can roll a 12. Blow on the dice. You got it. All right, this is big, guys. All right, we need a dozen. Here we go. All right, you ready, Anthony? Whoop. I dropped the dice. That's not good. Hold on. It went all the way up to the back of the couch. All right. Error. I'm back. All right, we got to come back to the game. Sorry about that. All right, we're back in action. Sorry. All right. Okay, here we go. All that for the dramatic effect. You got it, Todd. How did you know? All right, here we go. On 3, 2, 1. Let's see if Anthony can get it. We need a 12. Ready? Ah! Not this time. We got a 4. Good try, though. That was awesome. Trying to... Good try, Anthony. That was killer, though. All right. Rich is going to play one more time, and then we'll do maybe one more after that, and then I think I'm going to call it just because it is 9:35 here. All right, Richard, you're up. I'm trying to get this to... There we go. You like my plant? Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, Richard, here we go. Let's see if you can do what Anthony did. It's a good start. I got you a 9. Richard's taking the 6 and the 3. Okay. Different strategy. Next roll. I got you a 10. You'll go down in the history of this game until we get someone who beats it. I mean, it's doable. I've done it, Anthony, but it's, like I said, I probably played close to 2,000 times, and I've done it 4 or 5 times. Here we go. I got you a 4. Jimmy, this is called Shut the Box. Here's the actual box of the game. Hey, Emily is back. Appreciate it. Okay, 4. All right, Richard, next roll. Got you a 6. You're still alive. So you kind of don't want to shut the low numbers too early, because then you run out of like combinations. So you always want to try to knock those higher numbers down as best as you can. STB also means shoot the bull. Okay, I didn't know that. Gonna go with the 5 and the 1. All right, we need some big rolls here, Richard. And this is a 9. You're still in the game. Richard's gonna take the 9. Okay. Here we go. This is a 7. You're still in the game. All right, so Richard, this is where you're at. You need a 2, an 8, a 10, 11, or a 12. 2, 8, 10, 11, 12. Here we go. Look what I rolled. You're still in. Hey, spinning and winning slots with Blaine. Welcome in. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. We're playing my own version of a homemade casino game. I was telling Kissy Cat, I said we should make this a gambling game in the casino. $1 a try. The odds are so against you that if you do win, they should pay you like 5 figures easily on a $1 bet. Thanks for dropping Blaine's link, Arlene. I appreciate that. All right. Richard, here's your story. You need a 2, 11, and a 12. Statistically, these are the 3 hardest rolls to get, but anything is possible. Here we go. Ready? Not this time. I got a 5. Good try. I appreciate that. All right. One more turn before I call it. Anybody? Last one. Anybody say they wanted to play that I missed? Cue the Price is Right music. All right, Allison, we'll give it one more try. All right, Allison will be the last one, and then I'm going to call it after this. I've been on for 83 minutes. So, all right, Allison, best of luck to you. Let's see if you can do this. Oh, you're welcome, Anthony. This is a lot of fun. All right, Allison, good luck. Not a good start. 3. Allison's going to go with the 3. All right. Next roll, Allison. All right, well, we're moving we're moving up in the right direction, slowly but surely. All right, Amber, we got to roll better, all right? Statistically, I got to do better than a 3 or 4. All right, here we go. All right, a little better. 7. All right, Allison's going to take the 7. All right, next roll. Another 7. Statistically, that is the most common roll with 2 dice. It's got the most outcomes. You can roll a 1, 6, 2, 5, 3, 4. Allison's going to take the 6 and the 1. All right, Allison, here we go. We need to roll something high. Allison, I rolled a 3. That's not good. I know. I got to roll better numbers. Sorry, Allison, that didn't go well. All right, we can do one more. Anybody else? One more before we go. You'll take 6 and 8 the hard ways, Blaine? It is still fun. Oh, definitely blame me. 6 and 7 are the same odds? I thought it was 7 and then 6 and 8, but I could be wrong. Because you have 2, 6. Yeah, I guess it close. All right, Kim's going to go again. And Val. All right, we'll do 2 more. Val, Blaine. Is Blaine going to play? All right, final 3. We'll do Val, Kim, and Blaine. Val, Kim, and Blaine. Here we go. All right, Val, good luck. Oh, that's a good start for you. I got a 10. Oh, it's pretty easy, Blaine. Basically, what you're trying to do is shut the box. And when I roll the dice, so I rolled a 10, you're trying to close the tiles that equate to the number on the dice. So right now, Valerie picked a 10. But let's say I roll another 10. The 10 is closed, but she could close any tiles that equal 10. So she could do like a 9 and 1, an 8 and 2, 7, 3, so on and so forth. The object is to close all the tiles, but as you can imagine, as you keep closing tiles, it gets very, very difficult to close all of them because you need to roll specific numbers in order to get those number combinations. So it's a game of, there is a little bit of strategy. You do want to knock off the higher numbers first just because they're harder to roll, like the 11 and the 12 and the 10. But then it really does come down to dumb luck. All right. Val, good start with the 10. All right, next. All right, we got an 8. What would you like, Val? Thanks for the emojis, Barry. I appreciate it. Val's going to take the 8. All right, next roll. We got a 7, Val. All right, Barry, we got a nail biter here. Boston 96, Philadelphia 94. There's 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the 4th quarter. All right, here we go. I got you an 8, Val. Oh, Derek White just hit a 3-pointer, 99-94. Val's going to take 6 and 2. All right, next roll. Ah, Val. I rolled you snake eyes. I don't have the ability to do it too. Sorry about that. I think that's the first time I've rolled snake eyes all day. All right. I already forgot. Who was next? Kim? Is that who's next? Kim? Sorry, Val. All right, Kim, here you go. Kim, I got you a 6. All right, Kim's going to start with a 6. Kim, I got a 5. All right, come on. I got to get those 10s, 11s, and 12s. Yeah, good luck, Kim. Kim, you rolled this is a 5, not a 6, so you can only roll up to 5. So I think you want the 5. You don't need the 1. No worries. Yep, 5. Okay. Next roll. All right, decent. That's a 9. Kim. Kim's going to take the 9. All right, next roll. I rolled you another 9, Kim. Kimmy for the Winnie. Nice. Just going to go 8 and 1. Okay. Next roll, Kim. I got you a 7. Double down. All right. There's your 7. Here you go, Kim. Next roll. I got you a 5. You're still in the game. Three and 2. Yeah, that was your only option. Okay, Kim. We need a 4, 10, 11, 12. Here we go. Ah, bummer. Good try. Good try, Kim. All right, I know Amber said she wanted to play. There was one person before Amber, though. Who was it? Blaine, are you in still? If Blaine is in, he's next. And if not, then we'll go to Amber. This game is so addicting. It's crazy. All right, Blaine. We'll walk you through it. It's pretty easy, though. So I'm going to roll the dice. Whatever I roll, you're trying to flip over that tile. There is a little bit of strategy. It is mostly luck, but if you're basically trying to knock off the higher numbers first because they're harder to roll, and so, like, try to take advantage of high number rolls and knock those tiles down. But eventually, it's possible you may not be able to, and you need to do, like, combination tiles. But you'll figure it out. It's pretty simple. All right, good luck, buddy. All right, your first roll was a 7. I flipped over the dice accidentally, but it's a 7. Blaine's going to take the 7. All right, next roll. I got you a 4. Come on, I got to roll better than that. All right, Blaine's going to take the 4. All right. Come on, 10, 11, 12. Oh, man, that is so bad, man. I got you another 4. You have one option. You got to take the 3 and the 1. Thank you, Richard, for the emojis. All right, Blaine. Better roll coming, I think. I'm going to call it. Ready? All right, a little better, but you're still in the game. Yeah, let's put in the good luck. Let's put in the good luck emojis for Blaine. Some 4-leaf clovers. Fingers crossed emojis. All right, here we go. We're going to roll something high this time. All right, we're still in. You got an 8. Kind of only have one option, but Blaine's going to take the 8. Yeah, good luck wishes for Blaine today. All right, Blaine, let's roll a 9 or 10, 11, or 12. All right, that's a good roll right there. Pretty much know what you're going to do, but I'll wait for you to tell me. McDonald's now serves hot dogs? Really? That's funny. All right, Blaine wants the 11. I'm assuming I missed it, maybe. Yep, 11. All right, Blaine. 2, 5, 9, 10, 12. You're in still. I got you a 5. Hey, you never know. They probably would be smart to do that. It's going to take the 5. All right, Blaine. So you're in with a 2, a 9, a 10, 11, 12. 2, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's do it. Oh, I rolled you snake eyes. You're still in. All right, now we need the gauntlet here. We need a 9, 10, 12. It's doable. It's going to be tough, but it is doable. All right, here we go. 9, 10, 12. Ah, not this time. Good run, Blaine. That was a good run, though. It's a fun game. It's, like I said, it's addicting because you're dying to shut the box. It looks like it should be so easy, but it is not at all. All right, Amber, are you still in? Okay, Amber's still here. Okay, Amber. Yeah, new roller. You're right. I'm awful at rolling the dice. Blaine, that was insane. Actually, Anthony might be the leader, Kissy Cat. He only had the 12. Remember, we were dying for him to knock over the 12. All right, good luck, Amber. Here you go, your first roll. Good start. That's a 10. But that was a good start by Blaine. Thank you for stopping in, Blaine. I'm glad you had fun. Yeah, it is a lot of fun. Thank you for playing. I appreciate you giving it a try. Hey, Amanda, how are you? Okay, this is your game right here. I rolled you a 10. If you're still playing, let me know. All right, Amanda, do you want me to flip over the 10 or a combination of the 10? Just going to take the 10. Okay. Okay, here's your next roll. Ooh, an 8. Okay, Amanda, do you want the 8? Do you want... Where's the Calster? He's, Cal is right here. He actually, he emerged from the blanket. All right. Amanda says she'll take the 8. Amanda, I just want to make sure you're not lagging in the chat a little bit. Can you just make sure that you're caught up? All right, next roll. 6. Okay, perfect. You're caught up. Nice. All right, 6. Amanda will take the 6. All right. Next roll. You got an 8. Your channel sticker collection. All right, Amanda, what would you like? You can do a combination, yes. As long as it totals 8. Yep, you can do a combination. Five and 3. All right. Okay, next roll. I got you another 8. I think you only have one option, the 7 and the 1. All right, 7 and 1. Okay, here's the next roll. Six. Sorry, Amber, you're out. Only don't have an 8. All right, guys. Well, it's 10 o'clock here. This is actually perfect time for me to end it. I do have a long day tomorrow at work, but want to thank everybody for coming in. This is always a lot of fun for us. And we'll flip on to Calvin here just so you guys can see him before I power down. But yeah, I want to wish you all a good night. I want to thank everybody for the gifts, the super chats, for the awesome gifting of memberships. I always appreciate that so much. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon in another live stream. I hope everybody has a great night. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.